Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be
Reacting to my subscribers' K-pop opinions because I don't want to talk about Kiss of Life ever again.
4, 5, 6, 7.
1. Why don't you review Kiss of Life's new comeback? You trashed Hyuna for marrying that Burning Sun man, who's innocent by the way, but that didn't stop you from talking about her comeback. Yet all of y'all are ignoring Kiss of Life. Ever since the live stream, you act like they don't even exist. You want them cancelled so bad and you're not even black. Shut up.
I mean, yeah, like, why would we react to them? We didn't react to it either because we don't give a fuck. They can do whatever the fuck they want, but we're not gonna react. Oh, because don't react to every K-pop person that drops. We choose who we want to react, and if we don't want to react to Kiss of Life, we're not gonna react to Kiss of Life. So she's entitled to not react to them either. Like, what? That's the dumbest comment I've seen in my life.
It's not enough to say, oh, well, why are you bothered? You're not black.
Yeah,
That's not a sufficient reason to tell someone
right.
what and who they should react to.
Yeah, the fuck.
Since when did common sense become exclusive to one race? You don't have to be black to call out racism. You just need basic human decency, a functioning frontal lobe, and the
And also, not reacting is also not wanting to give them money, because by reacting, you also play and they get paid for that view. So you, by choosing not to listen to it, you boycott them, so the pocket gets affected.
bare minimum of self-respect. Clearly that excludes the entire clown car defending this mess. And while we're here rewriting history, where did I ever review Hyuna? Quoting me wrong like you got your receipts from Wish. I said
She did not review Hyuna, yes. She just talked about her, but she didn't actually go into this, because we wanted to see what she thinks about the song, because we thought it was trash. So we wanted to see if she's also going to trash it, but she did not even mention nothing, and I was actually disappointed. But because I didn't want to see her commentary, but she just kind of talked about her situation.
So this commentary is not from Reddit because people were in her comments and they were giving her feedback.
This is not from Reddit. This is her opinion.
her comeback was garbage, and guess what? That wasn't a review, that was me doing a public service announcement to save time and brain cells. If you thought that was a review, your standards must live in YG's basement. I don't have to support, stream or say a word about any group that can't even muster up a human reaction to being called out for racist behavior. If that offends you? 2. It's so hypocritical.
She don't have to talk about nothing she don't like. Like, it is what it, like, it's just, what? Like, what you think, like, y'all gonna force people to do what they don't want to do now? That's just dumb as shit. That might work in K-pop, not in the West.
Critical that Lisa's catching all this flack when the actual problem is with whoever designed and styled it. I disagree. Y'all are bending over backwards trying.
What are we talking
We
about?
talked about the fucking Met Gala again. I said what I said. I don't think it's on Lisa. If she had some sort of pushbacks on, say, maybe, I don't know. It's on the designers.
To paint her as a helpless fashion victim. Like she got dragged into that outfit kicking and screaming. Babe, this isn't the runway where models are literal hangers for the designer's ego. Lisa had options, connections, and a rich boyfriend. She was offered choices, and per her own words in the official behind the scenes video, she picked that print and silhouette because she thought it was fun. So let's stop acting like she had no say. Yes, Pharrell's styling choices are weird and borderline nonsensical. Sabrina Carpenter and the no pants policy? Jail. But Lisa herself literally says she helped choose the look. That means there was input. That means she had agency, not full creative control, but enough to put her name behind that look without ducking blame. If it flopped,
If she's putting her name behind the look that she had, if that's what she said, then she should get the flag for it. I did not know that's what she said, but if she said that, oh, she had input.
Come on, she's wearing Louis
Okay, but I
Vuitton.
don't want to assume. I don't want to assume
She's
that.
wearing
Oh,
Louis
yeah, but I
Vuitton.
don't know. I don't want to assume
If she
and
was
come for
wearing
her
like
for no.
Chanel, okay.
Like, there's other stuff we can come at her for. Let's. But this,
like,
I don't want
let's
to.
not pretend she don't have connections. Like,
If she said herself that she had the input, she was part of the design, then she should catch the flag for it.
flopped with her cosign. And while we're there, Lisa's label Loud clearly has no real PR direction or strategy, and it shows. Every move Lisa makes feels like it's being decided in a group chat of yes men and rich uncles. This isn't just about a bad outfit, this is about bad branding. There's a widening gap between her cool girl image and the increasingly awkward execution of that image. When more people outside the K-pop bubble are talking about her relationship with Frederick than her music or fashion achievements, that is not good press. It drags her down into the same category as every mediocre nepotism model.
I don't think people outside of K-pop bubble are talking about her, period. Like, we don't really see nobody talk about her outside of.
she doesn't talk. Like, she's very selective who she talks to.
Like-
so if there's a conversation, it's a curated conversation.
The only K-pop outside of K-pop bubble that talked about was impressive about the whole racism thing. That's it. Aside from that, I've never seen anybody outside of K-pop talk about Lisa. And we do react to like the commentary videos. Nobody really talks about her.
Who shows up to Fashion Week because their dad.
Unless like people generally talking about the Met Gala, yeah, they talked about her outfit because they talked about everybody, but I don't really see like videos, non-K-pop people making videos about Lisa.
Dad produced an HBO miniseries. 3. Y'all blame SM for everything. NCT Wish's visas get denied for the SM Town concert in LA. And who do we blame? The US government? No. SM?
Yes, of course it's SM's fault. If the visas got denied for artists, that means SM didn't do something right. Because these kids are not criminals. There's absolutely no reason their visas should get denied. Like, SM clearly fucked up the paperwork. That's absolutely SM's fault. Who else you gonna blame? The kids? No. They don't have no criminal record. There's no reason why their visas would get denied.
Absolutely. Oh, sweetie. There's a lot that just doesn't add up here. NCT Wish were scheduled to perform at the SM Town concert in LA on May 11th. But SM waited until May 10th, literally the day before, to announce they couldn't attend due to visa issues. Be serious. These boys performed in Mexico just days prior. So we're really supposed to believe they had all their documents magically approved for Mexico, but suddenly hit a bureaucratic brick wall trying to get into the US? Make it make sense. Anyone who's ever touched a visa application knows how it works. Embassies take your passport, process the paperwork, and give a clear yes or no decision weeks in advance. So if they really got denied, SM definitely knew well before May 10th.
That too. The announcement was way too late.
But instead of giving fans a heads up, they sat on that info until the last possible second. Fans dropped non-refundable.
Can do an appeal, and maybe they were waiting for the appeal.
Well, it depends the reason. If the denial was because of insufficient paperwork, then yeah. If the denial was something serious, which I don't know what it would be.
Could it be?
Yeah, but to me, if they honestly, I don't know, they got denied. I think SM maybe saw that okay, they're not selling tickets and they just canceled it and saying the visas got denied. That's what I'm kind of thinking.
I mean, it could lie.
That's because to get a visa denied for enter for like an artist, I don't.
Because how would you know?
Why would they deny a visa for an artist? Artist is not gonna overstay the visa. He's no risk.
But we have seen like some members make it over, and then one had an issue with their visa.
A great point. Yes, if there was a visa issue, you actually make my case of them lying stronger. There would be one person, two people, not the whole group. Somebody would have gotten a visa.
Yeah.
Like most of the guys would have gotten a visa, and there would be like one person not performing, but there would be like the rest performing. Yeah, yeah. It's so unlikely that everybody got their visas denied. That's just ridiculous. Because the visa applications, they're not per group; they're per individual. So some individuals would have gotten their visas approved.
Coin on flights, hotels, and tickets, specifically to see NCT Wish, to pull the plug 24 hours before.
Yeah, what happened was they didn't sell enough. It's unprofitable, so they say fuck it.
The show with no transparency, no apology, and no offer of refunds or compensation. That's why people are mad. 4. People are so mean to Katseye's Lara. Every time she goes live, she has to call out the racist haters in the chat. I've seen her cry multiple times. Her and Manon are punching bags at this point. People are so weird towards Lara because she's Indian. They can't handle that she's not the right type of Asian that fits into their narrow, biased little fantasy, apparently.
Yeah, it's a little tough. She's Indian. She is bisexual. A lot going on against her. But she's, strong. She's going to push through it. And you guys support her, give her encouragement. And honestly, if people are paying money to call her these names, well, at least she's getting paid. So
yeah, girl.
If you're not East Asian, you're not allowed to.
It's you guys are so, well, not you guys, but whoever does this shit are so fucking dumb. You make them richer by calling them names. It's like, I don't get it.
Be Asian in their minds. Like, excuse me? Since when did the entire continent of Asia get reduced?
Like, if I really didn't like somebody, if I wanted them to fail, I would not give them a penny. That's the way you affect them. They affect their pocket. Not like, oh, you keep giving them money.
Honestly,
like,
when
what?
you wish people bad, is actually bettering them.
Yeah. Because we keep talking about them too, make them relevant.
To just a handful of countries. South Asians? Southeast Asians? Nah, they're not part of the elite club in a K-pop fantasy world. God forbid their little perfect sanitized whitewashed image of what Asian looks like get messed up. It's almost like they think if they ignore the diversity within Asia, they can preserve this unrealistic cartoonish idea of Asian that doesn't actually exist in the real world. But hey, let's just pretend the billion people who don't fit that mold don't count, right? Lara's over here minding her business, doing her thing, and they're out here trying to make her the target of their narrow-minded hatred because God forbid she doesn't look like the K-pop idols they fantasize about. Newsflash, that's not her problem. That's your issue with racism and internalized prejudice. And let's not sugarcoat it. Racism towards Indian people is so normalized in society that people don't even bat an eye when it happens. It's like it's expected. 5. Legally speaking, what does it actually mean that the Givers won the Cupid copyright case? The Givers' victory in the Cupid custody battle slams the door on Attract and 50/50's ability to exploit the song without permission, no re-recording, selling or distributing unless the Givers greenlight it, which they'll never do. But on the other hand, in South Korea, a Bloom is equally shackled, barred from touching Cupid commercially without Attract's sign-off, thanks to the Rome Convention's ironclad rules requiring consent from all rights holders and performers. The real joke? The Givers are now poised to pocket a staggering 2.5 billion Korean won in copyright revenue, while Attract clings to the original recording's performance rights, meaning the song can still be performed live. But any remake attempts are dead on arrival. But it's not over just yet. The tampering lawsuit is still ongoing.
So it can be performed live, cool, but who's gonna get paid?
And that's a big deal.
Right, because if 50/50 performs it live and the Givers get paid, why the fuck would they ever perform it live? Now, if the 50/50 perform it live and, 50/50 or Attract get paid, then, I mean, it sucks, but at least it makes sense why they would want to perform it live.
6. Tails' trial has been postponed to June. He's walking around breathing free air while his victims must sit with their trauma. The delay is a slap in the face to every survivor who has ever been silenced or ignored. I agree, but trials take time. What makes my skin crawl is the thought.
I mean,
What happened to them?
I don't know, but, trials get delayed. It's not like a slap in the face, and, it happens. I don't think... If the trial was dismissed, then okay, but, Also, innocent until proven guilty, they still have to prove it.
That men like this don't start with the most extreme act. Violence escalates. First it's aggressive flirting, then it's violating boundaries, coercion, emotional manipulation, and then one day they stop. Holding back. You don't wake up and suddenly commit what he did. That kind of entitlement to someone's body builds. So yeah, it's not wild to assume Tail might have done this before. Victims don't always speak up, especially when their abuser is famous, powerful, and backed by a cult-like fanbase. Plus, companies know how to keep scandals buried. This trial being public is rare, but it's likely not his first time being a monster. Just the first time he's been forced to face it. 7. If Katseye are a global group, then shouldn't Black Swan be called that as well? They're racially diverse and have no Korean members. The K-pop label was never about an...
Black Swan, if I remember correctly, don't they sing in Korean too, though? I think the thing with Black Swan, they sing in Korean. And they also signed to a Korean label. Katseye,
Do you remember the label?
No, it's a small label. Katseye, they don't sing in Korean, they sing in English, and they are like partially signed to Hype, but even if there is a Hype, it's Hype USA they're signed to. They're not signed to Hype Korea. So, it's a big difference.
Idol's nationality. That's why we've had foreign idols since the early generations. It's all about how your group is branded and what market they're targeting. Groups like Katseye, XG, and Dear Alice are K-pop adjacent because they're mainly focused on the West and Europe, not South Korea. Even though XG is based in Korea, their primary market isn't there, so calling them K-pop is a stretch for something. To really be
I thought XG is based in Japan, not Korea.
K-pop. It should have either started with Korean songs or been primarily pushed in South Korea. It's not just about the language. It's the entire system that defines K-pop, the idol system, the inhuman training, the companies behind the idols, and all the rules like no dating policies, controlled public appearances, packed promotional schedules, and fan interaction. Take Black Swan for instance. They're more loose, but they qualify as K-pop because their company labeled them as such, and they made their way in Korea by following this exact framework. It's not about saying keep K-pop Korean. It's just about understanding how the industry works. The global tag is mostly just marketing. If a group isn't actually rooted in the K-pop system, the training, the companies, the promotions, and all that, it's just another pop group with a K-pop twist. 8. Some of y'all non-black K-pop stans really think you're immune just because your culture hasn't been turned into a stage prop yet. The same industry you worship, the one that's been strip mining black culture for beats and fashion without ever giving an ounce of respect, is going to do the exact same thing to your culture next. I agree. You're not an exception. You're just in the waiting room. You laugh when idols put on fake dreads and mumble out half-baked AVE, but guess what? That fun little performance comes with a cost, and you're paying next. Companies don't celebrate cultures, they consume them. They chew up the parts they think are cool, spit out the context and slap it on an album concept. It's aesthetic exploitation. And when that wave hits your community, when your sacred symbols become stage outfits, your language gets butchered for a punchline, or your religion get dumbed down into a fashion accessory, you'll be screaming cultural appropriation. But no, one's gonna hear you, because when black fans were sounding the alarm for years, you looked the other way. 9. I hear...
We do see that a little bit with reggaeton too. There's some K-pop music that's kind of like into that reggaeton, so I wouldn't be surprised if they go after Latin America next. It's a big market, popular music.
People saying SM isn't managing Dear Alice. But why were they on the SM Town concert then? Dear Alice was formed through a collab between SM and Gamma, a US-based media and tech giant that handles their UK activities via its European division, initially, during the filming of their BBC reality show Made in Korea. Dear Alice was managed by the British company Moon and Back Media, but post-show, management shifted to SM and Gamma. So contrary to what many think, SM isn't just involved in music creation but also in management. That's why we saw Dear Alice on the SM Town concerts, there, dropping a new single Sweet on May 23rd, but the public reception has been negative from the jump, and it's only gone downhill. Sure, they've been on huge UK TV shows like Strictly Come Dancing and This Morning, so it's not like they're doing nothing. But it all feels dated. The boys come off undertrained, V-cha vibes honestly. 10, natural black hair is superior. It just makes them shine in the most effortless way. Sure, the crazy color changes are fun and all for comebacks, but I kinda wish they'd stick to black more often than all the wild colors, specifically blonde. I agree. Black hair hides damage so much better. It always looks thick, shiny and healthy, while lighter colors expose every bit of fried broken hair. Hi rosy, like yes, blondes can slay. But at what cost? That bleach struggle is real. Sometimes the natural black just hits different. And that's all for today. If you want to be featured in my upcoming videos, leave your bootleg Dollar Tree.
It seems to be like a trend, like you have a blonde, a redhead, then maybe pink hair.
It makes them stand out for sure, because for us, you know, especially when we get into a new group, we always kind of recognize the person with the different color hair faster. That happened like with Felix and the Stray Kids. I don't know the other. Oh, I guess Yeji from ITZY, she had the red hair. But yeah, so
Le Sserafim, we had
Yunjin and Le Sserafim also red hair. So kind of for us, the hair makes it easier to like get to know the group. You know, you get to know one person, then kind of spread from that way. But you know, for health wise, it's not. Do what you gotta do. If your black hair is healthier, then it is what it is.
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible. Bye, guys.